executions on the floor, impressive.
Now here's Lee. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now the pass to Williams. And now in transition, here we go. Iguodala. Thompson misses.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
And it's good. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Curry passes to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Walker dishes to Zeller. To the middle. Looking for Lee, gets it there. And that one's good.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now Williams, following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Stolen by Thompson. And there's Green on the assist by Curry. Green's got 5 now.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships, at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
And the Warriors making a change here. Azile's checked in. And Thompson kicks to Green. Pass to Azile. His 3-pointers off the mark. Hornets leading by 6. Walker with it. Now Green defending. Williams a screen. And here's Walker outside. Golden State's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. That's good. Curry's got his first points in this one.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Lee kicks to Zeller. And the layup's good off the glass. Zeller's got 6. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Azile kicks to Green. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Shot clock at 3. And he gets it to go. 5 points in the game.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Now here's Batum. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Back to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. Unloads. And it's Iguodala again missing.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one. Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
The score now all even. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Walker against Thompson. Now here's Zeller. He's covered closely. And the Hornets miss again.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
To the middle. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Curry with a wide open look. Again, Curry missing. Charlotte is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Out to Lee. Back to Zeller. To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zeller's got 8 points.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hornets lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hornets.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Jeremy Lin is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Blatch in at the 4 slot.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Spates. Jefferson with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Blatch with it. Defended by Ibaka. And the basket by Blatch. And it's a 6-point Charlotte lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
To the left side wing. No good from Lamb. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Suns. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Now, here's Jefferson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
So they take the lead. And the Warriors lead by 2.
I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They've picked up 11 straight.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Thompson passes to Ibaka.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Curry's checked in for Golden State. It's Jefferson with the drive. Down low. Here's Bletch. The rebound by Ibaka.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those playing.
Back to Curry. Pass to Ibaka. The offensive rebound. Feeds it to Livingston. Ibaka against Kid Gilchrist. Second chance shot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. A slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Some changes for Golden State. Ezeli's checked in for Spates. Draymond Green comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Iguodala in for Barnes. And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 15-4 run. To the paint. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Golden State moving it around. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the sixth best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. And as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Walker.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. Come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Green. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Green's got 10.
And, boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
It's stolen by Green. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Livingston kicks to Green. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Azili, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Shot's good by Walker.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Outside Curry. Five on the clock.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle, razzle-dazzle moves, crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it and turn it over some. That's been a focus both by him and the coaching staff. Attack, but do it with precision. And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
So it's the Hornets now. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. The Warriors on top. They finish off the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays. And I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight.
Just absolute domination in this one for Green. 12 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Ibaka is out there with Green. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. 4 on the shot clock. Iguodala. Good D by Lee.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Batum dishes to Zeller. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. For Charlotte, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Now here's Curry. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. He dishes it to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Barnes kicks to Thompson. Golden State needs to get off a shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, you know, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ibaka's got 9.
You know, talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
And Green gets it to go.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
They get it back. Inside. Curry passes to Green. And Thompson kicks to Ibaka. Green with the ball. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Ibaka dishes to Curry. The shot no good. Walker with some nice D. Hornets trail by 20. Right side, Lee. Zeller passes to Williams. Back to Zeller. And Walker kicks to Zeller. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a 3. They set a franchise record in made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible. Wow. I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage 3 on the court.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Bazili's checked in for Ibaka. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte.
And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. Livingston kicks to Spates. Offensive rebound. Out to Thompson. He feeds it to Spates. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
And a wide open look for Lynn. And Charlotte again with the bucket. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Now the feed to Barnes. Golden State moving it around. Spades missing again. Hornets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Jefferson kicks to Lamb. Jefferson setting the pick for Lamb. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter. And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving your team good quality possessions.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Barnes. Count that one. Spades has got 6 here in this quarter.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
Jefferson, a screen on Thompson. Jefferson's shot is off.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Spades missing again.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks. And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Here's Jefferson. Soft touch off the glass.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Iguodala's drive. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Inside. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Livingston dishes to Azili. Kicks it to Iguodala. No good on the triple. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. And as we and thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Warriors shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Charlotte. Watch out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Lynn in at the one. Barnes can't get it to go.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And stolen by Spates. The dish to Varejao. Kid Gilchrist against Barnes. And he goes in for the dunk. It's not impossible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's
smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Here's Lynn. The Warriors making the shot. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Lynn. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And the Warriors making a change here. Clark's checked in. That's good. The Hornets shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. And Lamb kicks to Jefferson. Stolen by Varejao. The shot by Spates. Nobody around. And it's Golden State with another.
And talking about Lynn last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And Varejao kicks to Spates. Dishes to Clark. Passes it to Varejao. Just 5 on the clock. The Hornets pull it in.
And, you know, getting back to Lynn, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
And so here is Golden State following the score by Charlotte. Lamb with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Jefferson kicks to Lamb. Here's Lynn. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Warriors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Spates again. Zeller. Out to Ibaka. Here's Clark. Buries the long-range jumper.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Spates the pass to Ibaka. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That's his third foul of the game.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. Ibaka, this is to Rush. Ibaka against Williams. And Ibaka kicks to Spates. And Lee pulls it down. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Batum. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Spates has got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Nicholas Batum.
That's his second personal foul.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Shots good by Ibaka.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Down low. Spates against Zeller. Williams. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark, an all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of two that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a two-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game two that they had tonight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Spates. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards. And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Well, the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Walker's shot is off. Now Spates. Back to Barbosa. From the arc. No good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson.